Some small kitchen things today. I have a kilo of cream that I want to turn into butter, which should be not so difficult. I've done that before. The reason that I'm doing this is not so much because it's better or cheaper or anything like that. It's more, I know what's in there. Even though I buy the cream in the store, it's 35% cream, I just feel better with that, and I can salt it to my taste as well. Number one. Number two is we harvested grapes. Don't know yet how I'm putting all of these things together. I'm just shooting random clips and then make a video out of it. So have the grapes, and part of that we're going to turn to grape jelly, which means Erica will be here for that as well. And that means I need to juice the grapes by hand, because anything else, apparently like shredding the seeds, is kind of bad because it gives a bad flavor, so I don't want to do that. So that should be the easy part of all of that. We will see. Until then, let's make some butter. I will be using the mixer. There is this really cool video, I'm linking it, where you can just do it like this with a hand, and that works actually quite well. I just feel like with the mixer, I get it done a little bit faster, and I get a little bit more of the milk protein out of it. So I get more of the just fat. The way I do it is I first use the normal mixing utensils thingies. If I can find them somewhere, I'll show you. So first I'm going to use these ones. And once it's clean and starts to be overbeaten and collapse into butter, that's actually when I'm switching to dough hooks and really kind of go through the butter and kind of massage the butter, and that gives me something that is more solid, less white, get a bit more of the cream out, like I was saying. I'll show you when it's done. I don't need to share with you how I'm sticking a mixer into it. And just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, right? So the cream had puffed up, everything was good, and then it collapsed, and now it's like really thick, but kind of starting to get buttery. And you see there's the buttermilk starting to come out. So this is when I'm switching now to the dough hooks. So first go with the dough hooks is done. You see now there's a lot more liquid that I got out of there. That's buttermilk. Because tomorrow morning is Saturday, I think there will be pancakes happening. Nothing better for that than buttermilk. So I'm just going to put that into this can here, and we're going to use that tomorrow to make pancakes. Now the important thing is to get more of that out of there, but you can't just do it in the dry state right now, or semi-dry. So instead, what we're going to do is we toss water in here, fresh cold water, and a few chunks of ice to make it really cold and help the butter really stay together. And the butter is fat, right? So make sure that the fat stays really tightly together. 5-second rule on the ice cube. Okay, and now we go back in there and do some more of that. And I will be swapping it out now and do the same thing again. So you can also do that by hand and just fold it and knead it, kind of like kneading bread. But because the hands are warm, you need a lot more ice, and I'm really I'd rather not use so much. You see how it already starts sticking together, right? So that's what we want. Once more with the dough hooks. And when that's done, we just take the dough hooks out. Put whatever's left on here in the bowl and call it good. that we can go in here and again collect everything. And now the water is also, I noticed that it's nice and cold here from the ice. The ice has melted as well, which is good because I don't want to have a chunk of ice stuck in the butter that melts later and then I cut into my butter and it becomes all watery, like I have water running across the table. So make sure that you scrape in the bowl as well, whatever's on the bottom. You can even use the dough scraper or the pan thing, whatever you call it, scraper thing, spatula, that's the word for it. It's like this cool silicone spatula. Really, really cool. When I bought it, I bought it like, oh yeah, there was a recommendation, this is one of the best, blah, blah, blah. And I bought it and it was so stiff. I thought in the beginning, oh man, this is so dang stiff. I don't even know if I want to use it. But I've gotten used to it and honestly, never had a bad one, in my opinion. Now see that we have here a nicely formed ball of butter that is still, even though with the cold water, it's still quite soft. So now I'm basically just forming it and make sure that there's no extra water in there. I'm just squeezing it a little bit. I will be putting it back in the water to cool it down. But just making sure that when I formed it just now, see there's still quite a bit of water dripping out. And obviously again, we don't want that in the finished butter. Plus I will be salting it now. And you know, water and salt gives just salt water, not salt butter. Now I'm making a ball out of it, so it has like a smooth surface and I'm not getting more water in there. And I just put it back in the bowl to cool it down again. Let me turn it around so you see what I'm doing over here. I hope you can see. Let me double check here. Yes-ish. Let me up that a little bit. Oi, oi, oi. Maybe zoom in a little. Can we zoom in? Yeah, we can zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to the other direction now. So I have this steel ball here. Super nice, love it. And then zero it out if it doesn't do it by itself. And now I take my butter bowl because I want to know how much butter I have here. It's actually not bad. 524. You can calculate from that how much other things than fat I have in this ball, because it was supposed to be 35% butter. Which means that I should, out of 1 kilo, I should get 350 grams. Out of 1200 grams, I should maybe get 400, 420. And that means I have 100 grams of milk protein, water, and whatnot still in this butter. That's just how it goes. Now I'm having 524, so I'm taking 2% salt, which would be about 10 grams that I'm putting in here for the butter to be salted. That's just the way I like it. 524, 530, 31, 32, 34. Perfect. Then just shaping and packaging is left. Although I'm not big on packaging, I'm just shaping it. I'll show you what I'm doing for that as well. Like I said, we're just mixing it right now. If I'm still getting water out of this, that's not so bad, which means I can pour it off. But this looks quite good in comparison to when I'm stirring it with my fingers. It becomes a lot less smooth and less consistent. Just because I like to use big amounts, right? You want to use like quarter liter, I don't know, half pint, whatever. You know, those little baking things, cool. If you use those, no problem, you can use smaller amounts. And you can use it with your fingers, super easy. And fast as well. But because you skip the whole whipped cream stage, it goes straight from liquid cream to butter, which is kind of cool. Never seen that before. But then again, I've never churned butter by hand either. don't know how that works. I'm pretty sure that also wouldn't go into like a whipped cream stage because you're not really whipping it. You don't put air in it so much as that you're congealing the fat. And that's also the way I'm putting it in the fridge. Now I just fold these pieces up here. Wait. Not like this. Now, if I want to leave it longer in the fridge, I put this actually in the Tupper box. In Spain, everything that is a plastic box is called Tupper. I don't know why. But flop them in there, put it on. That holds for, I don't know, a month easy. For me anyway. The more you get the water and now you need to clean the kitchen fire. The more you get the water and the milk protein out, the longer it will hold in the fridge.